So today I'm going to start the new subject. The subject name is cloud computing and course ID is IT34. So today we'll start the syllabus overview of cloud computing. The evaluation of cloud computing is external 70%, 70 marks external and internal 30 marks. So first, what is mean by cloud computing? So cloud computing is nothing but the pay-per-use model. So you use the cloud resources and against the use, you have to pay as per their subscription charges provided by the cloud providers. So cloud provider provide you different types of services and you use that services, and against that use, you have to give the payment to the cloud provider. So cloud computing is one of the emerging technology from top 10 technologies. So let us start what is exactly meaning the cloud computing and what are the different chapters covered in the cloud computing. In our cloud computing, total 6 chapters are there. The first chapter gives you the overview of fundamentals of cloud computing. As you know that there are different types of computing model, and cloud computing is one of the type of computing model. So total 5 type of computing models are there. The first type is in the olden days we use desktop computing. Desktop computing means a simple single isolated computer and used by the owner of that particular computer. So that computer is called as desktop computer, and in that desktop computer, the computer user, standalone computer, the user install all the required softwares, and these required softwares are again used by the owner as per his own needs. We cannot share the data because no networking is there. So desktop computing. So if I want to share the data, I want a altogether new computing model. Then the second computing model came into existence, and that computing model is client server model. In client server model, all the resources are again kept on server computer, and with the help of network, client gives the request to the server and his own credential. The server identifies the user, and if the client is authorized client, then only the access is given to that particular client as per his role. So client send the request, that request is again processed by the server and response is given to the client. So the client server model. So major drawbacks of again client server model is if the server fails, client is unable to access the resources on that server computer. So for that client server model, again, instead of storing the data on one computer, the data is again mirror in multiple computers simultaneously. So instead of one server, you require many server for disaster recovery. So when the data is again stored in one server, again same data is stored in again another mirror server for security or for backup purpose, then we are adding the servers. So combining the server means it's altogether a different type of computing model that is called as cluster computing. In cluster computing, we are combining the multiple server in one location. So that is called as cluster computing. There are different advantages of cluster computing. So you require more storage, more speed, more data access, more software if you use multiple servers. So processing power is again increased with the help of server. Nowadays banks using multiple servers because the user numbers are huge. So the user requests are again divided in different servers. So instead of running on one server, they required multiple servers. So data is divided in multiple server, and this server means load balancing again principle is used, and with the help of load balancing, the data is shared. So cluster computing. And when some organization again having different offices situated in different places, different regions, different cities. And when we combine these different cities computer location with the help of network, such computing type is called as grid computing. Because in cluster computing, similar infrastructure is used, similar homogeneous servers are again used, and in grid computing, heterogeneous servers are again used. In three different places, three different types of hardware or softwares operating system may there, and still with the help of network, your three offices interact with each other with the help of networking. So it's a example of grid computing. And when we combine cluster computing and grid computing, we'll get a huge computing, and that computing is called as cloud computing. And this computing, when you use this computing infrastructure for your business purpose, so it is called as the cloud business. So cloud computing is similar uh, similar to staying in rental houses. So in rental houses, we are using the infrastructure of that rental house, and against that, we are giving payment to the owner. Similarly, in cloud computing, we use different types of cloud, and against that cloud resources, we are giving the payment to the cloud provider. So history, we have seen the history of cloud computing. So it started from desktop computing to client server to cluster computing to grid computing, and then today we are in cloud computing era. NIST model. NIST is National Institute of Standards and Technology. Yeah, this is one US organizations, and they came up with one model called as NIST model, and they have divided this NIST model into three different layers. The basic layer is the characteristics layer, cloud characteristics layer. Five important cloud characteristics we are going to cover. Above that characteristics layer, the second layer is service model layer. Three services, mostly important services, major services provided by cloud computing. The services are software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service. So service model is the second layer, and the third layer is the deployment model layer. So cloud provide you four deployment model. The first one is private cloud, second one is public cloud, third one is hybrid cloud, and fourth one is community cloud. So so this is what the deployment model layer. So NIST model gives you three layer architecture, three layer model. The first layer is characteristics layer, second layer is service model, and third layer is deployment model. So they have proposed one model. So we are going to cover that NIST model in chapter number 1. Cloud stakeholder. Cloud stakeholder are the peoples, those who directly or indirectly related with cloud business. The peoples directly or indirectly related with cloud business, these peoples are called as the cloud stakeholders. So 5 important characteristics we are going to cover in cloud computing. Benefits and limitations. There are many benefits. So in COVID-19 pandemic, the whole world is again survived or working on these cloud computing resources. These webinars or live meeting or work from home is possible with the help of cloud infrastructure, with the help of cloud softwares, cloud technology. So there are many benefits, and only business growth profit wise increase in this pandemic period is the cloud computing business. Challenges, there are different challenges in front of cloud computing. Some security challenges are there in front of cloud computing, because to use the cloud resources, the prerequisite is the device is again having the internet connection. If you have internet connection, then you can use cloud resources from anywhere, from any location with the help of that device. And as the internet comes into picture, all the threads related to internet are applicable to cloud business. So there are different cloud security challenges in front of cloud providers. Cloud provide many applications. Nowadays, ERP applications, accounting applications, or office automation applications, development applications are again available on cloud. So we are covering that practically. After that, comparison between these three computing model: cloud computing versus cluster computing versus grid computing. Chapter number 2. Chapter number 2 is based on cloud service model. So as we know that there are three important service model we have to cover in our syllabus: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Software as a service, the basic or the old example of software as a service is the email. Email is one of the software or application provided by the cloud providers as a software as a service. Then platform as a service, one of the example of platform as a service is, suppose I want to develop the application in Microsoft environment with the help of Visual Studio, with the help of Microsoft SQL Server. In that case, no need to install the Microsoft software on your computer. You just go on Microsoft Azure site and subscribe the Microsoft Azure's development platform, so that in that platform you will get multiple tools, Visual Studio or SQL Server, database servers, or designing tools. So it provide you full development platform. So platform as a service. Google is providing you the Colab, and with the help of Colab, all the machine learning applications or AI applications are again executed with the help of Colab software provided by Google Cloud. So Colab is what? Development platform, platform as a service. Then the third thing is infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service means cloud provider provide you infrastructure, and with the help of that infrastructure, for example, suppose I want to use the Linux server. So cloud is ready with Linux server. So just visit the cloud provider site, Amazon Web Services, and select the uh, Linux operating system, different flavors of Linux operating system. So which flavor you want? So you select Ubuntu. Suppose I want the Ubuntu. So you select the Ubuntu server. You select the you configure the server, and then just put the request on cloud provider site. They calculate the subscription charges. You pay the charges, and within 4 to 5 minutes, the cloud provider provide you a full-fledged Linux server to you. So you use that Linux server, and after use, if you don't want that cloud server, you release the resources. So suppose I use the cloud resource, that Linux server, for 1 month. So you are liable to pay the 1 month charges to cloud provider. No need to invest the amount in the infrastructure or the license software. So licensing is again taken care by the cloud provider. You just use the resources. And nowadays cloud provide you everything, anything as a service. Then next topic is comparison between software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Cloud provide 4 deployment models, and based on that 4 deployment model, security increases or decreases. Public cloud, less secure. Private cloud, more secure. So 4 deployment model we are going to cover in that cloud deployment model. Then 4 major cloud providers. Google is one of the major player in cloud. We are using many cloud resources, Google Cloud resources. For example, Google Drive is there, then Google Forms are there. Then Google Sheets are there, Google Excel sheets are there, Google Office is there, MS Office, so just like MS Office. So they have the Office software, they have PowerPoint software, and we use that Google resource. So Microsoft Azure, Salesforce, Microsoft Azure, all the Microsoft products. Salesforce is again popular in providing CRM based software. AWS provide all the cloud resources. So more than 100 cloud resources you will get from Amazon Web Service. Amazon is a bigger player in cloud provider. The third chapter is based on virtualization. Virtualization is the technology which provide use of single computer for multiple users. So how to use single computer for multiple cloud user with the help of virtualization software. With the help of virtualization software, you install the virtualization software, and based on virtualization software, you are able to install multiple operating system on one single computer. I can install 10 or more than 10 operating system on one single computer, on one single laptop, based on its configuration. So if the high-end server, I can install more than 10 operating system. So how to install multiple operating system on one single computer? So for that you require virtualization technique. So that topic we are going to cover. There are few characteristics of virtualization environment. Types of virtualization, so partial virtualization, full virtualization. So there are different types of virtualization that we are going to cover. Some advantages and disadvantages of virtualization. For virtualization, to create the virtual resource, again we required hypervisor software, and with the help of hypervisor software, there are two types of hypervisor software: type 1 hypervisor, type 2 hypervisor. And this is what the list of hypervisor. So how to differentiate type 1 with type 2 software, so that we are going to cover in virtualization software. So these are the some of the example of virtualization software. When you install this virtualization software, then we are able to install multiple operating system on one single computer. So for that you require this virtualization software on your computer. So practically, I am going to show you how to install this virtualization software and how to use this virtualization software. So fourth chapter is based on service-oriented architecture. You don't have again a separate service-oriented architecture subject in your syllabus, but your seniors are again having, third year students are again having a separate subject on this particular subject on their in their syllabus. So service oriented architecture. So service oriented architecture is one of the architectural style. Just like software engineering, object oriented analysis and designing, SOE is one of the architectural style. And why to use again this service oriented architecture? Because in object oriented analysis and designing, it gives you the reusability, and you can able to reuse that component in that single technology only. Suppose I have developed Java application, Java reusable code, then I am able to use that Java in only Java technology. So reusability is again limited to that technology. And nowadays I want the architectural style that communicate beyond the technology. Means Java is communicating with ASP.NET, ASP.NET is communicating with PHP, PHP is communicating with Python. So this interoperable solution, development of interoperable solution is possible using the protocols. The protocol may be SOAP protocol or REST protocol. Using this protocol, you are able to develop the web services, web API, and with the help of this web API, we are able to interact with different technologies. So Java can interact with .NET with the help of API, with the help of web services. So how to develop the web services and how this different technology interact with each other with the help of example I'm going to cover. So this is my favorite topic, service oriented architecture. So this web API we are installing in on cloud platform so that anybody can access that cloud resource with the help of cloud providers permission. So cloud governance. So there is one federated cloud. They govern the cloud resources. So they again they are having they provide guidelines and rules to cloud provider and cloud user, and based on that rules and regulations, the cloud provider and cloud users use the cloud resources. So cloud governance is again altogether a separate topic. Cloud availability. So cloud is available 24 hours, 7 days, or 365 days in a year. So 24/7 the cloud is available, and even if cloud fails, they have their backup server in different states, in different cities or different countries, and through that backup server they provide you disaster recovery. So just I have said that cloud is providing you different services, and they cost, they charge some subscription, they charge against the services. So the charges or pricing policy we are going to cover related to with Amazon Web Service. The fifth chapter is based on moving application to the cloud. How to move the application? Suppose I am using in my desktop computer, I have different information or different documents I have, database again, some records I have, and I want this information, my local computer information, on cloud. So you move your information with the help of cloud resources. So you move your information to the cloud. What are the advantage? That information you can access from anywhere, from any device. So moving application to the cloud. So application in clouds. So there are different applications we are going to cover. They provide the cloud resources, and with the help of this application, we are able to move our desktop data, our server data from our own environment to cloud providers environment. So moving the data from one environment to another environment. We can move our public cloud data to private cloud, or private cloud data to community cloud, or from one provider to another provider. Suppose I am using the Google Cloud Services, and now I am shifting to Amazon Amazon Cloud. So I am able to move the data from Google Cloud to Amazon Cloud. So that is what the we are going to cover in moving application to the cloud. And during that, we'll cover some terms related with cloud bursting. So we are moving the data from the database server to cloud servers. Cloud provide us the quality of services, and against that quality of services, we are giving some subscription charges to them. Cloud API. So cloud API is a new business. So the APIs are again developed by the developer with the help of service-oriented architecture, and these APIs are again distributed to the user with the help of cloud resources. So we'll cover practically how to develop the cloud APIs, and how to share these API with the help of network. The last chapter, which is based on cloud security and implementation of cloud. So cloud provide you the maximum security, but there are few security risks involved with cloud computing, because we are using this cloud provider provide the cloud resources with help of internet, and all the internet threats are again applicable to the cloud. So security fundamentals, some fundamental terms we are going to cover. Then we are going to cover cloud security architecture. That security architecture is again divided based on the service model: software as a service, software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So it provide different types of services with the help of cloud security architecture. On cloud, the user maintain his own identity, and for that cloud provides you user ID and password, and with the help of user ID and password you are log into the system using some security uh, encryption algorithm. So encryption and decryption is again applicable while using the cloud. So practically I'm going to show you that how the encryption decryption is again applicable while using the cloud resources. Access control, cloud provide you the access, read only, write only, execute only. So that we are going to cover in chapter number 6. There are different security challenges, and security is shared by both the parties, cloud provider as well as cloud user. Both are responsible for increasing the security of cloud. So both parties are again equally responsible for increasing the securities. So how to increase the security? What are the security challenges? So there are different security challenges. As we know that we are using internet to access the cloud resources. So there are different security threats. So privacy measures, security measures, how to take during using the cloud resources, that we'll cover. So as we know that in case of public cloud, less secure, and private cloud is more secured, just like our local computer. So that type of security is again you will get at the in private cloud. You have to pay some more charges, so it will increase the security. Then Docker contain, with the help of Docker contain we can upload our application, part of the application or full application on cloud. So how to open the account in Docker, how to upload the application in Docker. So that Docker container I'm going to cover practically. Some case studies. So that case studies based on cloud computing concepts. So we'll cover practically also. So demonstration of commercial cloud. So how to install Amazon Web Services, how to install Microsoft Azure, or how to use Google Cloud resources, how to upload the websites on cloud resources. So that practically we'll cover in our chapter number 6. So this year, from this year, institute decided to give one Swayam course to the students. So in cloud computing, I prefer this particular course, CS65, which is again based on our syllabus. So register, I am appealing to you that you registered with the help of this particular list site. Just visit this site, register this particular course, no charges, nothing. You registered, you listen the video provided by IIT Kharagpur, and this cloud computing is again conducted by Professor Soumya Kanti Ghosh. So total 8 weeks syllabus is there for this particular chapter, and our syllabus and this chapter, this syllabus is somewhat similar. So today I am covering this much only. So thank you.